The Trump administration is now working to strip hundreds of people of their American citizenship. The New York Times reports that the Justice Department has identified 384 foreign-born Americans whose citizenship it wants to revoke. It's not clear at all why these individuals are being targeted. The Times also reports there's a push to fast-track the process, giving the cases to prosecutors in dozens of U.S. attorneys' offices across the country. Former Senator Barbara Boxer is back with me. Also joining us, Veronica Cardenas, and immigration lawyer and former assistant chief counsel for ICE. Veronica, between 2017 and 2025, the government sought to strip just over 120 naturalized Americans of their citizenship. But before Trump was elected, this was not common, an average of just 11 people a year. What do you think is going on here? And do you have any idea why they're targeting these folks?
I think this is a continuation of this administration's rhetoric. They're going after the worst of the worst. Then they were going after non-citizens who didn't have criminal convictions. And now they're going after naturalized citizens. And it's creating a second-class citizenship for people who've naturalized. We've seen him do this push with birthright citizenship. So there's this message to immigrants who've made it to citizenship that they are still not safe. Now, it's not clear why these people were targeted or why they have been identified, but when you look back to that January 2025 memo that this administration created, it had 10 grounds for revocation or denaturalization. One of them was significantly important to pursue. That is so vague and open-ended, and so that could really be used arbitrarily just to meet certain quotas.
Well, can I ask you about the quotas? Because as I understand it, DHS staffers have been ordered to refer upwards of 200 denaturalized cases a month to DOJ. I mean, what do you even do with that?
Right. And this just looks like it's on the books to show that they're doing something to create a fear amongst citizens who've been in this country for many years. When we look at prior administrations and who they targeted, they were targeting war crime criminals, like in Nazi Germany. They're targeting people who have committed heinous crimes, that they did not disclose that on their naturalization citizenship forms. But now we don't
Because
know.
we should help people understand, if you have a serious criminal record, you're not going to become a naturalized citizen under the process as it stands.
Exactly. And if you lied on that application and you didn't disclose that, there should be consequences. But what this administration is doing is something more than that, because they're going through all of these applications. And the application process is a very long process. It's very complicated. There may be mistakes on that application, but it didn't mean that they intended to defraud the government. So our saving grace here is that this process is before U.S. District Court judges that don't have to follow this administration's rules. We've seen this administration be good in getting cases before judges it thinks it's going to be friendly to its rules. But I think this one's going to be a hard sell to denaturalize the amount of people that they're going to push through this process.
Senator, becoming a U.S. citizen, as you just pointed out, is a long and legal process. What message does this administration send if they're targeting people who did the right thing? They actually went through this process. They studied. They passed a test.
Listen, it's putting fear in the hearts of good, decent citizens. And I want to tell you why this topic touches my heart. I am the daughter of a naturalized citizen. My darling mother was brought here when she was 9 months old in her parents' arms, escaping terrible prejudice in Europe. And I want to tell your audience this, Chris. When she passed away, I had a little jewel box. It had two things in it that she wanted me to treasure. One was her wedding band, and the other was her certificate of naturalization wrapped in saran wrap as a message to me: protect this at all costs. This is, and I so agree with what's been said, it's a continuation of what Trump is doing to people who were not born here and who are good, decent people. Oh, he was going to get the worst of the worst and deport them. Instead, he's getting farm workers, nurses, decent people. And if it wasn't for our own population coming to their rescue, Lord knows where we would be. And when you set up a quota, and I believe it was 200 people a month, this is more, to me, ethnic cleansing. I hate to say it, but it sickens me to my core.
I'm guessing because of the moving story you just told us about your mom, you've been to a few naturalization ceremonies. Anybody who has ever been to one, I've heard it often. They can't believe, they say, how much more these new American citizens know about their country, about our laws, about its history than they know, having grown up here. And it's a very moving thing to see. A lot of tears are shed. And then you have the president posting a transcript from a right-wing podcast on Truth Social in which the host referred to China and India as hellhole places and claimed recent immigrants had almost no loyalty to America. Is that what you've seen?
Quite the opposite. You know, it's just like if you know anyone who converted to a religion and you're of that religion, and they become more religious, more excited. They're so honored and pleased, and America means everything. I mean, my mother and dad, they used to say, and my dad was the only, he was born in America, but his 8 other siblings were born in Russia. And they both used to say, when I complained about taxes or anything else, they'd say, kiss the ground of America, kiss the ground of America. And when I got to Congress and my mother was still alive, I cannot tell you the emotion. So the point is, these are the people that love this country so much. They know about the politics. They understand our Constitution. And to go after these people, it is a high bar you're supposed to meet in order to denaturalize. But they're going to try to change that. So we need a check and balance on this president. I'll close with this. We have a chance to stand up for what's right in this country in these upcoming elections. Otherwise, he's going to continue to go down this path of hurting good, decent, hardworking people.
I'll just say that my goddaughter, who was brought here from China and became a naturalized citizen, loved this country so much, she joined the military and continues to serve to this day in the Army. Former Senator Barbara Boxer, Veronica Cardenas, thank you both very much.